We're going to play a game, so please stick around. We're going to be digging in on different websites that list the scariest monsters. And what we're going to do is look at each one on those lists and we're going to say together whether it's a yes, it should be on the list, or no, there's other creatures that you can imagine that could replace it. All right, so we have a list here of the scariest movie monsters ranked. Let's see how good it is. At number 7, Annihilation of the Bear. And I did mention this creature, I think, in the last episode a little bit.
I gotta say, I had my doubts since the websites that have these articles going by, they're usually kind of trashy. That's a very solid start, I gotta admit. This bear, to me, is like the Thing light. It's technically just a regular bear, but it has that aspect of if it's dark and you can't see it, it can use the voice of its victims on you to lure you, and that is unsettling, disturbing, clearly dangerous because it's a bear. It doesn't matter who you are. If a bear is sitting in front of you, it outranks you. I'm inclined to say scary.
It speaks and it's falling apart and growing at the same time. Disturbing. I'm going to give this guy a pass. Death Angels, A Quiet Place. I forgot they're called Death Angels.
I gotta say, they are scary purely on the factor that of the danger they pose to you physically. It doesn't have that creepy aspect that the bear has in terms of the physical harm that it can cause and the psychological torture essentially it can put you through by forcing you to be quiet. Otherwise, said physical harm will come upon you. I would give this a scary, though not as scary as the bear.
I'm just looking for one more person on Chris's side to give this a go and say yes, it should be. So the Death Angels get a resounding Scariest. They should be on the list. So there we go. The Monsterites have spoken up. The entity it follows.
Is it not possible to fight this thing back? Because I don't remember it being like indestructible or anything like that. And all I'm seeing is something, if I punch it in the face, I can deal with it.
Considering how the movie ending ends and seeing situations in the movie, it looks like you can fight with it, but it will overpower you. So it has a beyond human power to it.
It doesn't look that intimidating. I think I can take it.
Looks like it's 3 against 1 or so. So we're going to give it a big fat nay. It's not Baba Duke.
Not this thing again.
So it is summoned by reading his book.
We have from Jace, it's creepy but not scary.
Should it be regarded as the scariest? And the answer of the monsterhood is a resounding nay. Here we go. I think the answer is clear from Chris and I. A big checkpoint for yes, the thing should be regarded as among the scariest monsters out there.
The Xenomorph is a classic. It definitely gets a yes from me on the physical danger that it poses alone.
We got one no for it. Let's see our Discord. Let's say alien Xenomorph mix of everything that it is with the face hugger and the alien. I think with that whole argument, I'm going to say yay. Next, Pennywise. Pennywise Evolved. The novel, the old movie, the new movie. Let's see. This one I have a feeling is going to be mixed up.
Mechanically speaking, a creature that turns into your worst fears and then devours you. Essentially the Thing again, but it's the reverse in the sense that rather than being sneaky and unknowable, it's more direct and forward with its intentions, actually puts you in the position of prey that has its own fear factor. So divorcing my biases from objectively looking at Pennywise I would say yes.
I'm going to say yes for it. I would put it on the list of being among the scariest, so huzzah to that.
Positively.
15. Oh boy, 15 scariest monsters. So here we go. The game continues. All right, number 1. We got some mythological monsters, not just pop culture, and I'm happy to see that. Myling of Scandinavia. Said to be the soul of an unbaptized child. It grows bigger and heavier as they near the graveyard. That is cool. I think if you grew up around it, it's a scary concept, of course. I'll join you guys. So this gets a nay from the monsterhood. Moving on to, from the Navajo, Skinwalkers, a witch that can transform into an animal.
With all due respect to our Native American viewers, but I'm gonna have to say a no. Though, as a caveat, I will have to recite a prayer in the name of the God Emperor. My armor is contempt, my shield is disgust, and my sword is hatred. Come at me, bro.
Wasn't expecting that ending to it. Very, very modernized. All right. I see how you guys keep pushing the faith on newer people. I get it. I think it's almost there. If we had been more impacted by this lore, considering most of us haven't, I don't think it should be on the list. And that's what the Monsterhood says. Skinwalkers, nay, aswang from the Philippines.
I know the Menengal uses a long tongue that's like a tube because they feed on unborn uteruses like this one. I'm gonna use my patented male privilege and say no because I am not a pregnant woman. And I will never be a pregnant woman. So I'm technically not on its menu, so bonus points in regards to it not being scary to me on that front. I'd say that it is possible to fend them off. I'm going to say no as well.
So I'm going to say yes. Chris says nay. For now, we're going to give this one a nay for Aswang and Manananggal. The Monsterhood has spoken. Let's take that
boy.
out.
That's a local one. Purely on bias, I would have to say yes. And also, because of what I know she is, I'm also saying yes. I'm quick on this one. I'm saying yes.
See, and that's where bias is strong, because if you grew up in the Philippines, Chris, and we were talking about that thing compared to a more human-looking thing...
It's essentially the most powerful spellcaster in the world.
Nay on this one. Maybe I'm fighting Chris a little bit on this one, too, to be honest. I kind of balance things out because of relatability and culture. Watch the movie The Witch if you do want to see a scary witch. I do recommend that highly. Okay, not top of list for me. Raptor broke the tie to make Baba Yaga indeed not scary enough to be on this list of scariest monsters.
Raptor, treason.
All right, here we go.
The big one.
The Wendigo. And that's a good picture of it. It doesn't have horns. Again, in short, what a Wendigo is, I have a video covering the Wendigo, I think,
another Sublime watch.
And yes, I do go very much in depth on the Wendigo in those videos. Do check them out if you have any interest in the Wendigo or want to confirm your understandings of it. Usually looking in the beliefs as a very scrawny, zombie-ish being that's kind of bigger than a normal human. And yes, it'll consume people. And in some beliefs, it will get as big as what it consumes.
On this one, I'm going to say a yes because it's a fast zombie with super strength.
I'm going to give the Wendigo and the Monsterhood overall vote for the Wendigo as yes, it should be regarded among the scariest of monsters. The Mothman.
He is creepy, but I think he's just helpful. I wouldn't say he is dangerous. So I would say a no to the Mothman, actually, because I think he's chill.
I think comparing to other mythological monsters like Aswang or Wendigo or even Baba Yaga, those are blatantly evil. Scariest of all, I don't see it. The Mothman, to be regarded as the scariest, we say nay. La Llorona, a banshee of sorts, right? Kind of like the banshee. So a spirit, a ghost. I say nay. Chris says nay.
Nay.
She gets a nay. Okay, Jinn.
The main thing of the Jinn, they're not demons. That's a bit too much of a Christian outlook. And the way they work is that they are among the creations of God in the Islamic mythology that are, while the angels are fully subservient to God, humans have free will but are supposed to choose to be with God, therefore submit to him, while the Jinn are kind of in between that. They are supernatural entities that technically have free will but have chosen or are made to not be with God, as far as from what I recall. As someone who knows about it and that with strong faith you can turn it away and overcome it, I personally would have to say nay.
2 for Jinn, yes, and 2 for no. I think with the Monsterhood, our conclusion is nay. The Pontianak from Malaysia, they're evil creatures depicted as women with long hair, red eyes, pale skin. According to folklore, announces her presence. High-pitched cry of a baby. She kills her victim by digging into their stomach, using her sharp fingernails and eating their organs. If the Aswang didn't get accepted as the scariest by the Monsterhood, I'm not taking this one with me.
The thing about a lot of Malaysian and like Filipino mythological creatures that make me say no to them in general is because they don't have any indication that a correctly applied Second Amendment wouldn't deal with them.
Correct. Spoken like an American there, Chris. Raptor says no, at least she gives you a warning. Good point there, too.
Yeah.
So, nay for this one, for the Pontianak as not being worthy. The Takalash, Zulu of African belief. Summary, they're little creatures that can be really furry. They're little humanoid dwarvish creatures, but it's known for aring women, so women would stack their beds higher to avoid this creature getting in their bed. What do we say?
Apply shotgun. No.
Never heard of this one. Sounds creepy, but keep doors, windows shut. You should be good. Together, we have a resounding nay Jiangxi of China. Pontianak, Jay says no. You say no. I say hopping vampire. I say a regular vampire might be scarier than the hopping one. Although the hoppiness, because of its that factor of silliness being serious, could make it more scary in real life, but I think that's a resounding by the monsterhood nay for the Jiangxi. Night Marchers, Hawaii. I have never heard of this one, and I'm glad to say that. Are ghosts of ancient Hawaiian warriors compared to the other stuff. There's nothing that grotesque that it does. It will kill you, but all of them will kill you. That's 2 no's against your yes, Chris, so I think no from the monsterhood. Churel of India, again, something I may have not heard of. It is a ghost of a woman, died in childbirth due to her relatives. Okay, so it's one of those kind of situations. She is said to drain the victim's blood and semen and virility, which transformed them into an old, frail man.
It's a ghost, but if she can physically interact with you in such descriptive ways, surely that's a physical form that can be interacted with via a shotgun.
As far as Shoel goes, no, shouldn't be regarded as among the scariest. That's what our monsterhood says. This is essentially werewolf.
This is a werewolf. No, that take me out before I can pull out the shotgun, so I'm gonna say yes.
We got another yes. I give it a yes. I think there's enough influence from this. Yes, the last one for this list is Slavic, Poludnica, okay.
Poludnica, which from what roughly translating into English is getting mad or maddening. And to this one I say no.
No. Okay. It is a demon that looks like a young woman, and it gives people a riddle or some kind of question. If they answer wrong, she kills them, cuts off their head. I think not enough scary there. So I think we agree in the monsterhood here with a nay for Poludnica. So the next website we'll be looking at is this 10 scariest movie monsters of all time. So at least it let us know that these are all movies. So these are pop culture monsters. As I mentioned, we're going to see repeats more and more, which is good. So we can just fly past it.
This one we haven't done. Chat, fresh off the batch.
I did see it in the theater back then. Yay. On Blair Witch, the fact it's implied how powerful she is by the effects scene. Okay. All right. There's an argument. As far as her, because they don't show her in the film and she has to compete against upper scale scary stuff, we're going to say nay because we haven't just seen enough treacherous stuff to put her really up there with the craziness of what we have on these lists. Okay, moving to the next one. So this is Brundlefly. He doesn't turn to this point. It's a gradual change in the movie. It is creepy.
For this one, too disgusting for me to want to touch it, so I'm going to say yay on scary, on disgust factor alone.
Okay, so as far as Brundlefly is concerned, almost a yay, but a nay for being considered
a very well contested one, so that makes it a good piece for the game.
At number 3, this should be saucy. It's a number 3, The Ritual. See?
This one. Both on visuals, abilities, and just danger present. It ticks all the marks. That's a yay from me.
Nice.
Okay. That was a terrifying monster.
I am going to give this one, as a community monsterhood effort, this is indeed a yay. All right, now, I've talked about this, I've mentioned it. I do enjoy this movie very much.
For this one, I would personally say a yay, just because big monster.
They seem, for the most part, like they're just animals that we do not know of. Alien to us animals that are predatory. So like sharks, crocodiles, but just animals we don't know of, rather than being these monsters that you're trying to figure out what it is because you're relating its intelligence to humanoids and aliens. In that manner, it's not, I don't think it deserves the scariest from me, so I'm giving it a nay, but it looks like the yays are going to overpower me once again. For the most of the monsterhood, The Mist is a yay. So good job on this list. 20 best movie monster. Oh, this is the best. Oh, this shouldn't be on the list. This will be a speed ending with a nice number of 20. The aliens from Attack the Block. For now, we're giving it this. Okay, Audrey, Little Shop of Horrors, the flower that gets so big. Great little movie, good old 80s nostalgia.
I'm going to say nay, because my feeling of anger overpowers the fear in this case.
So this one gets a nay. Blob. Looking at it on the surface, I mean, it's a bunch of goo. We say a nay on this one. The Rancor. Ooh. All right, yes on Rancor. Okay, we got 2 yeses then. I think that overpowers me. Okay, we're going to give Rancor a yay for the monsterhood.
Huzzah.
Congratulations. At number 16, we have Cloverfield. Sort of had a mentioning earlier of it. I'm going with the Monster Hood for the most part on this one. We're giving Cloverfield a yes. Okay, next one, Otachi Pacific Rim. I'm going to have to give it a yay on this one. The Host.
It's everything about it is so unsettling and just danger evoking that I'd say it deserves a yay.
There we go. We voted a yay. Predator, Yautja. That's a resounding yay, I think, for the Predator. I think definitely deserves that. So awesome. Crawlers, Descent. I'm going to quickly say nay. So we're giving the Crawlers a nay. I guess there's not enough pointy bits. Number 10, we got the Creature from the Black Lagoon. Most of us, if not all of us, love the Creature from the Black Lagoon. What a great creature. But as far as being among the scariest, that's a nay. Pale Man, you knew this one would come up. So we got mostly so far a nay on the Pale Man. Reapers, vampires from Blade 2. I think we're going to say a yay for the Reapers of Blade 2. Number 6, we got Frankenstein's Monster, referred to too commonly as Frankenstein.
Yeah.
We all feel sorry for Frankenstein's monster. Not the scariest, but a great monster. Moving onward, we got King Kong. Context and history, it looks like it's getting a nay. Godzilla, same frame.
Instant yay. Instant yay. The G-Man. Mad respect.
Shin Godzilla, yay. I agree with you. So with that, so LazyBot finally gave a kaiju a yay, and that's for Shin. And Shin is, I enjoy Shin very much.
For Shin, I would say nay because it looks stupid to me.
No, that's in its development. Oh, you're talking to final. Okay. Well, this one's got a yay. Okay, congratulations. King of Monsters. I mean, this list for not being a scariest monsters list is still a pretty decent monster list. So huzzah on that.
Pretty good list for nostalgic monsters as well.
I want to give a huge thank you to our top patron supporters, and that's Tammy Osborne and Rita Milla.